Hello everyone, welcome back to the White Collar Engineer. Today, in order to share her IIT Jodhpur's interview experience, we have Purvi with us. Hello Purvi, welcome to the White Collar Engineer.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah, Purvi, हमारे audience को अपने बारे में कुछ बताओ.
Okay, sure. Hello everyone. My name is Purvi and my profile is 997. I completed my graduation and Bachelor of Arts with History and Political Sciences subjects and later attained a Master's degree in Economics, which I completed in 2024. And since then, I am a part of my family business.
All right, Purvi. In IIT Jodhpur's, what was the selection process basically?
Okay, so for general category, the percentile was the 85 percentile was the cutoff, and there was also the sectional cutoff, and it was 60 percentile. I cleared both of that, and that's why I saved the call.
Cool. And there was like a PI only. There was no GD or VAT in between, no?
Yeah, yes.
Right. So let's get to the PI, Purvi. What all questions were asked to you?
Okay, so there were two panelists. First panelist asked me tell me about yourself in 1 minute. In my introduction, I mentioned about the tobacco initiative that I was part of.
Okay.
So he asked me about the recent, government advisory on that, some points to mention on that, and I was aware of that, so I mentioned that. Then he asked me about my graduation subjects and the subjects that I had in my master's.
Okay.
I mentioned international economics. So he asked me questions on that, like absolute and comparative advantage. And there were a few more questions on economics only.
Right. So as you mentioned that the tobacco initiative was related to your family business, right?
No. I was part of tobacco initiative in my NGO.
Okay,
So I
in your
mentioned
NGO.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was something, unique in your profile, which others might not be having. So they were listening to your
Yeah.
introduction very carefully, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
So any like the economics questions and the academic questions which you can recall those which were asked to
Okay.
you in the interview.
Yeah. Okay. So he asked me about the different forms of market.
Mhm.
And the second question was multiplier versus accelerator. With an example, I need to explain it and then the difference also between the two.
Okay.
There were 3 questions only and one that I mentioned from the international economics.
All right. So Purvi, talking about economics, it's a vast area. Like you have a background from economics, so it was somehow easier for you to grasp on that. But even for people who are non-economics background, economics plays such an important role in MBA, both in pre-MBA as well as in post-MBA journey. So what should be
Yeah.
the preparation resources, for any non-economics background student to get a hold of economics?
So for that, I would recommend reading the 11th and 12th class NCRT for having a base in economics, and that's very important. Other than this, just follow up the current affairs news, and that's would be the sufficient for the economics.
So you used to follow the current affairs from what resources? Like you used to read newspaper and YouTube channels?
No. I used to read the newspaper, The Hindu or the Indian Express, any one of
Fantastic.
them.
Fantastic. So for the Gen Z kids who are used to watching reels and stuff, so this is the pro tip. Like those who appear for the actual interview process, they read newspapers. So yeah, I mean, this is quite necessary.
Yeah.
Right. So, Purvi, any, like during your entire GDPI session, did you take mentorship or coaching from any institution, or it was a self-preparation completely?
No, it was a self preparation for GDPI. I didn't took any coaching.
Fantastic. So, how does your day used to look like? Like you used to read newspapers, prepare HR questions, or it was completely random?
No. I made a list of HR questions and then I prepared those. Also, reading newspaper is my habit even today. Even during my graduation days also. So I'm reading newspaper since then.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, what should be an ideal roadmap for a GDPI preparation, according to you, for the upcoming aspirants?
Okay, so I would say just prepare the basic HR questions and be up to with the current affairs because these two are the things that are asked by the interviewers and about your academic background also. These 3 things you should prepare very well and especially your introduction.
Right.
Because the interviews that I gave, be it in any college, my interview went around my introduction only.
Cool. Cool, cool. And even the academic subjects, Purvi, you mentioned economics was there, HR questions was there. So was there anything else which was asked to you specifically for IIT Jodhpur? Well, this was it.
No, this was these were the questions that were asked by the first panelist, and then second panelist took over.
Okay.
He asked me to justify my gap years as I completed my graduation in 2021. Although I did my masters, but there is a gap of 1 year between graduation and my masters. So he asked me what were you doing then, and now then he asked me questions related to my family business.
Right, right. So if anybody is, working in his or her family business, what are the questions that particular aspirant can expect from the family business stuff?
Okay. See, I gave all the interviews, and the questions were literally the same that they asked me in every interview. For example, like any crisis, example that you manage there,
Right.
and are you taking the salary or not from there? Because you have to prove them that you are not
Correct.
going there or just mentioning it for the sake of
Correct.
justifying the gap, but you are actually part of that. So they asked me, for example, related to competitors, like mention the competitors that are in the market, and how are you dealing with them. So these were the basic questions that they asked me.
Right. And it's important for that particular candidate also to get a good grasp of what is happening with his or her
Yeah,
family business.
yeah, for sure, for
You
sure.
should be very good with the numbers, as in they might ask the revenue and stuff as well sometimes, no?
But they didn't ask me. Means in no interview they asked me about the numbers.
Got it, got it. So how did you justify your gap year, Purvi? Like it's a very important question for everybody who are dealing with gap years. So what did you answer back then?
Okay, in actual, I was preparing for civil services, so I mentioned that. And although I did masters in economics, so yeah, that was a good thing for me. And you just need to mention what you actually did, and you don't need to lie there, like just to say anything. Even if you were preparing for the CAT exam, you have to be very true that I was preparing, and we can mention that we have started our journey from this point, and now we have done a lot of improvement. So
Correct.
just be true to yourself, because they will catch you up if you are lying to them.
Exactly. And Purvi, you did your masters in economics. So when was the moment you thought, ki, let me make a transition from economics to MBA? Like when did it click basically?
Okay, in actual, I was preparing for civil services, and my master's was by distance only. It was not a regular degree, but the subjects exam was the same as the regular one. So I thought, like, I need to venture into something else now. I cannot, wait for the next notification, as I was preparing for the Haryana civil services one.
Right.
So the notification didn't come up. So I thought, like, I need to venture into something else. So I, decided, like, what are the other options that I can do, as I was part of my family business. So I met someone who was IIM Calcutta graduate,
Okay.
2000 batch. At the time I decided that I need to be like that person, and I need to have that, basic business principles. I need to learn about that also. So I thought MBA would be, very helpful for me. So I came to know about CAT exam and all, and I started preparing for it. And this is just a 3 months preparation, and I wrote the exam.
Fantastic, fantastic, Purvi. So throw some light on that also. Like 3 months ka preparation, you are getting calls from IITs. So that's a great achievement, Purvi. I must appreciate for you.
Yeah. The thing is I just focus on the VRC and DLR. Firstly, I completed that. For the VRC, as I was reading newspapers since my graduation days, so I didn't get any problem. And LRDI, I just completed, and I used to give the mocks only.
Right.
I didn't took any coaching or anything for the LRDI part. For the quants, I didn't complete the syllabus, and I just did the arithmetic. That was the biggest mistake that I did. And that's why I could not able to complete, even clear the sectional cutoff for the quants, and that's why I'm here.
No worries, no
Not
worries.
getting. Yeah.
Yeah, but your transition, like the motivation which we had for MBA, your transition from civil services to this is seriously inspiring, and it shows how much interested you are towards pursuing a managerial field. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
must say that
really.
that's very inspiring. And like in white collar engineer, this might be the first time I am interviewing someone who is making a transition from civil services to the managerial line. So it's a great thing to be.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Purvi. So before wrapping up the video, any particular tips which you would like to give to the junior aspirants or the interview call getters?
Okay, I would say just work hard. This journey is really transforming in itself, and you will learn a lot of things. And be just, do anything with your mind and heart in it. So don't do it for the sake of proving something to others, but
Right.
do it for your own. And just work hard, I would say.
Right. Fantastic. Okay, Purvi. It was my pleasure hosting you. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming to
you.
the White Collar Engineer. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.